Derek from TikTok usually just talks about philosophy and prophecies. Bro splits his time between Florida and a cabin deep in the Appalachians. But during his last mountain trip, the deep talks turned into a paranormal nightmare. Lachiachi night, Derek caught a super weird noise echoing from the trees. He actually recorded it. Listen closely.
Y'all, I just walked off the porch and I came out here to check on the chickens. I just heard, first off, I heard my name. Second off, it sounded like somebody was saying, help me. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey. Help. I need help. Eric, can you help me?
In the pitch black, you clearly hear a voice shouting at him. Hey, help me! It literally drops his name, Derek, followed by a cry for help. Can you help me? The tone is dead flat, super deep, and has zero human panic to it. Appalachian locals have one golden survival rule. If you hear something out there, no, you didn't. If you see something out there, no, you didn't. Anyway, a chick named Melissa Cottrell just dropped a clip on her personal Instagram. She ain't some huge influencer hunting for clout. Her feed is purely chill family vibes and random knitting stuff. But lately, she uploaded a CCTV clip that blew up with nearly 2 million hits. Melissa says on March 3rd, right at midnight, a crazy mystery boom rocked her crib, making her pets absolutely freak out. Moments later, a creepy alert popped up on her phone. Her camera caught someone out in the yard, but checking the footage, that thing was definitely not human. Watch this. Right off the bat, it's basically impossible to figure out what's on screen. Some weird blob violently jumps between 3 different spots, straight up teleporting live. The figure looks totally warped and glitchy. But wait! Internet sleuths actually managed to slow this insane speed down, going frame by frame, freezing the video at the perfect split second. A deeply disturbing detail pops out of the blur. A literal skull shape becomes super obvious. This freakish clue totally split the web. Some people swear that loud blast and teleporting equal 100% UFO activity, or a matrix glitch. Meanwhile, others argue that creepy skull means it's a demon. What's your take? Ghost hunter Cody Aaron recently dropped a nightmare sequence on his YouTube channel. In this drop, he investigates a commercial building heavily rumored to be cursed, spending the graveyard shift totally solo. Inside a dark maze of empty cubicles is already sketchy, but the insane amount of ghostly action Cody bags on this one trip is straight up wild. Watch this.
And that's the chair that moves on its own. And I'm just tired, you know. There's absolutely nothing here this time. I've not seen anything. It's 9:46, and usually everything happens by this time, but nothing's going on. There was way more people than what's usually here today, so I kind of guess maybe that's what it is, and I'm just gonna call it a day. I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what. Okay, so I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own. Okay, so I'm here by myself. All of these green lights means that there's no motion, right? Look in this room. What in the world is that? That is insane. I have never seen something like this. This is directly beside me in the next room. Did you see that? It disappeared. What in the world? Let's do it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself.
Breaking this clip down, the panic scales up instantly. The first red flag pops up right away, and most viewers totally missed it initially when Cody flips the lens to his face for a second, hiding in the pitch black right over his shoulder. You can easily spot a creepy female face. A second later, like she's proving she's active, a solid door aggressively slams shut on its own behind his back. Hunting for a safer spot, Cody backs off to review the CCTV screens, but he can't hide on one monitor. A pale glowing figure slowly spawns in, looking straight like a floating head, glitching out aggressively before deleting itself from the feed. But the peak of this run is absolute proof. While Cody pushes down the corridor, a brutal, deep screech completely destroys the silence. The audio sounds 100% demonic, screaming one simple order: leave. Knowing his plot armor was gone, Cody instantly aborts the mission and dips. Thoughts? The TikToker usually just stares at the sky, hunting for UFOs, but recently, the aliens basically spawned right in their bedroom. Using a fixed nanny cam, they caught multiple clips of what they call astral entities breaching their room. We're checking out to separate clips of these weird figures. In clip 1, a tiny white anomaly zooms across the room insanely fast, barely on screen before it vanishes. In clip 2, things get wild. That same blob spawns again, but this time it aggressively launches right off the bed, tearing across the frame like a blur. Slowing down the first video, you clearly see it morphing shape mid-air, totally breaking physics. Putting them side by side proves they match perfectly. The glitchy motion and the crazy speed are identical. The uploader swears these are interdimensional beings bleeding into our world. This next tape proves that sometimes the scariest glitches happen during boring daily chores. Uploaded by an American TikToker with a super tiny following, bro only has 7 videos, all just chill gaming moments and basic family stuff. 0 track record of chasing ghosts, but one random indoor CCTV clip totally blew up lately, pulling 800k views. For a solid reason. It recorded the exact second his wife walked in with the groceries, except she clearly wasn't solo in that kitchen. Let's run the raw tape.
Sir? Okay, hold on. It's just... It's... Here, don't mess it up. Whoa. Okay. All right, let's get you outside. Come on, Odie. Let's go outside, crazy boy. Let's go outside, crazy boy. Good job. Go outside.
Honestly, it's super easy to just blame gravity on this one. Watching the replay, the lady drops a heavy bag on the counter and steps out of frame. Seconds later, the bag just flops over. Skeptics immediately called it basic physics. just groceries shifting inside. But isolate the audio track right before the bag drops, and the real nightmare kicks in, slicing through the dead silence. A raspy voice clearly whispers a single word. Hi! Did an invisible roommate just say, "What's up?" Now. This next clip drops from the TikTok page The Green Manor, following a couple who just bought a gorgeous but intimidating 263-year-old crib. The vintage aesthetic was a huge plus, but the lot featured one major red flag. Their backyard basically shares a fence with an ancient graveyard.
By the way, there's an old-ass, creepy, historic cemetery that our yard backs up to. I have no idea that this is even a thing.
As early as 2025, the woman had half-jokingly predicted that they would eventually experience something supernatural. Unfortunately, her prediction came true.
Once you start doing that, weird things are gonna happen. Weird things are going to fucking happen.
After catching loud, heavy knocks bouncing down the corridors, she whipped out her phone to film the chaos. Let's see the raw clip. What makes this video so insane and straight up scary is the lighting. Unlike those pixelated dark ghost hunts, this hallway is fully illuminated. Zero chance for shadows to mess with your vision. As she tracks the banging, lock your eyes on that upstairs access door. You clearly see the heavy metal knob physically twisting on its own, rattling exactly like a real dude standing behind the frame, trying to bust in. Mustering up some bravery, she finally pushes it open and heads upstairs to check it out. But the worst part is the finale. The whole second floor is dead empty. Literally nobody up there. Has some invisible squatter been chilling in this 263-year-old house way before they moved in? You tell me. This next clip comes from a TikToker named Charlie. Scrolling his feed, you won't find any ghost hunting at all. It's all just wholesome family vlogs, food reviews, and kicking it with his brothers. But the vibe took a dark turn when his older neighbor confessed her house was haunted. She swore crazy stuff happened daily, and eventually told Charlie and his buddy to come see the proof. Skeptical but wanting content, the dudes brought a camera to film the tour. What they caught, like Nuke Cease, was absolutely chilling. Watch this.
Yeah, just go and have a nosy.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing in.
No.
Take some out there. Right, come out, I'm going to shut doors so you shall open it.
Yeah?
Share the window if you won't. Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I've slammed it shut. It's not
Yeah.
faulty, all has been checked.
Yeah.
But, are you ready?
Yeah.
Emma, open door, please.
Oh, she's not playing.
Give a chance. You could walk away and show the way. Emma, open the door, please. I want to see you. I want to see you. Come on. Did you hear that noise in there then? Thank you. No, that's just that's not me. Nothing in there.
The tape starts with the old lady leading the guys into a bedroom. She makes sure the lens proves the room is 100% empty, 0 open windows, no fishing line, and nobody hiding in the closet. She taps lightly on the wood. Instantly, the handle unlatches and the door swings open by itself because Charlie and his dude were still doubting it, blaming a busted lock or a breeze. She agreed to run it back. You physically hear the metal click into the frame. She even shoves the wood to prove it's deadlocked and won't just pop open. Then she knocks again. In your flesh, the knob clicks, opening to expose the vacant room once again. Thoughts? Our next creepy find drops from the UK, posted by a TikToker named Elliot Maguire. Normally, Elliot's page is all about telling ghost stories. He digs up on the internet. He almost never claims to have personal ghost encounters. That all flipped, though, when his own bloodline hit the center of a dark mystery. Elliot's uncle died back in 2017, and that crib has been sitting empty ever since. Randomly, just out of curiosity, searched her dead uncle's pad on Google Street View. What stared back at her was absolute nightmare fuel. Sit outie.
Someone needs to tell me why there was a person standing in my dead uncle's bedroom window on Google Street View 3 years after he passed. Right, this is one of those ones that sounds completely fucking made up, and I swear it's not. My Uncle Paul passed away in 2017. He lived on his own, little semi-detached in Earlham, and after he went, the house sat empty for ages because there was all this probate shit going on with the family. Nobody could agree on anything, typical bollocks, and the house just sat there. So it's like 2020, right, and my cousin Paul's daughter, she's looking at the house on Google Maps because she's trying to show a fella where she grew up, and she zooms in on the Street View and she screenshots it and sends it to the family group chat, and she just goes, what the fuck is that? And in the upstairs bedroom you can see what looks like a person standing there behind the net curtain, just a dark shape, but it's clearly a person's outline. Head, shoulders, you can even sort of make out they're looking down towards the street.
This is what Elliot means. Zooming in on the vacant house, a creepy detail pops up. Focus on that first floor window, right behind the glass. A clear human figure is just staring at the road. But here's where things get super dark. That Google Street View snapshot is stamped 2019.
You can check the date on Street View, right? The Google car thing went past in 2019, 2 years after Uncle Paul had gone.
Literally 2 years after the uncle passed. Crank up the image quality, and you can't deny somebody is standing right there. Seeing this glitch, Elliot's cousin immediately drove over to check it out, but when she pulled up to the crib, the net curtains inside that room hid absolutely nothing that could form that silhouette. No coat rack, nothing. The house was dead-bolted tight, totally empty, and the drapes in that exact window were shut. What's even crazier?
The cousin insists that the shadowy figure captured by the Google car looks exactly like their late uncle.
But my cousin says the shape looked like her dad. She said it looked like the way he used to stand at the window watching for a car when she comes to visit. And I haven't got an answer for that one. I haven't got a rational fucking comeback at all.
Was this just some random squatter who busted in to roam the empty hallways? Or did the Google car actually photograph a ghost, eternally trapped in its old house? Leno! Over in Belfast, Northern Ireland, some wild CCTV footage recently leaked. It got posted straight to TikTok by the official Crumlin Road jail page. This massive stone structure used to be a lockup before shutting down for good in 1996. Now, it runs as a museum, running history tours and late-night ghost hunts. The jail's past is insanely brutal, making it a massive hotspot for demonic activity. But what the security cameras caught inside their fully lit gift shop after closing time makes zero sense. Let's roll the raw tape. Checking the security logs, the dead silence of the store is violently interrupted despite the merch being stacked perfectly. One book gets aggressively shoved out, crashing to the floor. But it keeps going. Exactly 5 books get violently yeeted off the shelf, one by an invisible hand. That number 5 is actually super grim here. Locals and ghost hunters say poltergeists in this jail always attack in 5s. A creepy callback to 5 specific inmates who got publicly hung inside those walls. But the employees cleaning up the drop noticed the most messed up detail. Checking the stuff the ghost just threw, they realized every single item was a book called Hanged at the Crumlin Road Jail. Was this just a crazy weird draft inside an ancient building? You tell me. This Mexican TikToker named Omaroso has actually been on Haunted Frequency before. Bro had a totally average life until everything flipped when his crib became ground zero for brutal, aggressive, demonic attacks. If you recall our last breakdown, he filmed some creepy lady just standing in his yard. At midnight, Omaroso swears she cast a heavy black magic hex on his family. Just yesterday, April 5th, 2026, he dropped a fresh update, proving the nightmare is still active. Hearing weird sounds from the living room, he grabbed his phone to film.
Estoy viendo la televisión. Sí, es un poco tarde, pero se escucha bastante ruido allá. Y el detalle es que mi esposa está en la planta alta con los niños durmiendo. Miren el sillón cómo se está moviendo. Ya son la 1 de la madrugada, amigos. Ya la verdad me estoy poniendo bastante nervioso. Se estaba moviendo clarito, se estaba moviendo, entré y se dejó de mover, vean. Oigan los golpes. Ya empezaron los golpes. Esto sí está muy cañón. La verdad sí me pone bastante de nervios esto. Como si alguien anduviera en la cocina, amigos. Pero la verdad, no sé. No sé si acercarme o no, amigos, la verdad. ¿Quién anda ahí? No mames, güey. Miren. A la virga, güey. A la virga. ¿Qué fue eso? A la madre. No mames. No digas mamadas. No mami, gente. Se me eriza la piel, cabrones. No mames. ¿Qué chingas a toda tu madre, güey?
Breaking this clip down, the sheer amount of chaos is just insane. The dark room starts off dead silent and creepy. Trying to fix the vibe, Omaroso hits the living room switch. The lights expose a wooden rocking chair, rocking aggressively by itself, with literally nobody sitting there. While he films the ghost chair, violent banging explodes at the front door. Holding his nerve, he walks into the hall to check it, but that chair instantly starts rocking again. Spooked, bro just freezes. Then a super creepy laugh echoes right behind him. Now, totally panicking, a noise at the front window grabs his focus. He aims the lens through the glass, catching a pitch black shadow person standing in the yard, dead staring into his house, horrified. Amoroso bolts for the stairs. But while he's sprinting, that exact demonic laugh breathes right on his neck, right before the footage cuts black. What's the verdict?